Hi, today we've got Scarborough Headmaster, Scarborough College Headmaster Emmett, who's very kindly joined us. Guy's taken time out of his busy schedule to tell us a little bit about the college. We've also got a partnership with Scarborough, so it's very close to our hearts. So I hope it's enlightening and you enjoy. Thank you. Guy, thank you very much for joining us. How are you keeping?
Yeah, great, thank you. Thanks for inviting me, Darren.
Absolute pleasure, mate. I suppose, first of all, first question for you. Tell us about Scarborough College.
Yeah, great school, obviously, but I'm a biased headmaster in the north of England on the coast. A school, a co-ed school, 3 to 18. So I've got my own daughter in the school who's going into reception class next year. She's already learning to bowl fast, unlike her dad. And yeah, it's a school that's does the IB in the sixth form, so different to many other schools in terms of focusing on the IB, but a school that's well known for its great love of co-curricular, whether it be music and drama, but also sport. I mean, if you live on the coast, you've got to get outside and embrace all the weather that Scarborough has to offer, but also it's a school that has a strong tradition in sport as well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, tell us a bit about the sports side of things, Guy, in terms of which sports you're focused on and what your sort of plans are moving forward.
Well, I mean, one of the first things is, provided the pupils work hard, then we can do the fun bits. Of course, learning is always fun, but for some of the pupils, they want to be playing rugby, cricket, hockey, and we even do things such as surfing here with our location, as you can imagine. Golf is a huge sport for us because we're right next door to a great golf course. But kind of, my mum was a teacher, so I was brought up work hard, play hard. So we get the work done and do it to get our pupils obviously into the best universities around the world for them. But then in the afternoons, we, right from the early age from 4 years upwards, they have afternoons dedicated to being outside. For example, in the prep school, every afternoon is full of sport or outside activities. And then in the senior school, we have sport afternoons. And then Saturdays are not for being in bed or on a computer or on a mobile phone. It's for playing sport and playing against other schools, learning to win, learning to lose. And in some cases, if it's cricket, learning how to fight hard for a draw as well. So, but in terms of major sports, we traditional English private school in that regard. First term is rugby for the boys. Second term hockey. Final term is we have cricket. But of course, we do athletics, tennis, golf, surfing, all of these sports as well. And for the girls, it's hockey and netball. The girls' hockey seems to be thriving at the college at the moment, but with what is happening around the world, it looks like cricket will be in the first term, something I've always thought actually up until October half term where the weather's great, that schools should be playing cricket and perhaps rugby should be moved later on towards a term. But we're in a sports mad town as well, and it's important to say that Scarborough is well known for its cricket due to Scarborough Cricket Festival. There should have been a Roses game at Scarborough this year. But also we have great rugby club. We have the hockey club that's based at Scarborough College as well. So that just shows how much is going on. And who knows of the future plans, exciting plans that are happening at the college. And they even have a sports mad headmaster who just wants children doing activities that they love, whether that's on the stage, performing Billy Elliot or a play such as that, or on the stage performing and playing cricket in front of their families and friends and so on, because you learn so much being in a dressing room, for example. I know I did.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's just so exciting, all the things you've got on there, the passion and support you show, and everyone, we've dealt with within the school as well. You say, I know you've got fantastic facilities for golf, as you mentioned, got the hockey, rugby. I mean, obviously, for ourselves, Vitae Sports, cricket is a major part for us. You've had quite a few first-class cricketers come through your school. You're pretty pretty excellent cricketer yourself. So, you know, tell us from a cricket point of view how important that is for you, and you know what sort of, I guess, qualities that could bring through for the students as well.
Well, from the age when I was a youngster, many years ago, we playing cricket all the time at school, and I went to schools that have produced first-class cricketers as well. Come in here from the moment I drove up for an interview, and of course, always stress the academics comes first. But as you drive up towards Scarborough College, you can't but notice the beautiful Queen Victorian building in front of us. But to the left, you see the cricket pitch, which is stunning. It's quick, you know, it's unlike many school pitches. Maybe it just breeds these kind of pitches in Scarborough because Scarborough Cricket Club is one of the quickest in the country as well. But here it's a great batting wicket. There's a little bit in it for the bowlers, of course. It turns, but just a beautiful arena to play the sport. I mean, last year we were pushing hard on girls cricket as well. So we had Yorkshire came here for a cricket festival. One of the few in the country that's ever been run, and this will be an annual event. We've got Yorkshire Girls Games coming up. We've had lots of Yorkshire games here as well for the youngsters, and that's actually, for people who know, it's the cricket facilities have to be superb. And here, the wickets are good on each of the 3 grounds that we have, and certainly lends itself to the type of, if you want to be a good cricketer, I was told very early on, play at a place where the wicket is good and true, and that's how you learn how to bowl and learn how to bat, because whether you need to be able to bowl and test people's technique front and back foot, but also as a batter you need that. And then also in terms of cricket is our indoor facilities. When I arrived here, went down to the sports centre, which is called the Bramcote Sports Centre, went down there, and it's the same floor as Headingley or as Old Trafford, where I spent some of my youthful years being bounced down there at nets with Cheshire or something like that. So the nets are outstanding and lends itself, and we have many cricket clubs come and train here as well in the area because they're the best, whether it be for indoor hockey or whether it be for the cricket nets. So, and for me, your summer is strong, you get the runs or you get the wickets because of the hard yards you put in the winter. So the winter facilities have to be spot on. So it's things that we do probably slightly differently. Up until October half term, we're going to be outside training as much as possible, get into the local cricket club, but getting in those nets late nights, early mornings, doing the things which I think are fun, but it means they'll get the runs in the summer. So but as the moment you drive into Scarborough College, you're taken aback by the beautiful building, but to the left, cricketers will spot a flat pitch, no slope, no uphill for any aging seamers like me or young boys running into the wind. Just a great place to play cricket, a beautiful place as well.
Great. And you've got, you know, what sort of we find so exciting, Vitae Sports, you've got great ambitions to, you know, to push as far as you can and make it an exceptional facility. You know, we're delighted, obviously, to be helping you, hopefully, to get to the top of the tree with your cricket. And you've also got a good link for Yorkshire as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. I mean, there's Yorkshire Pro Coach, which is in the area, which is a company that's run by Andrew Gale, obviously Yorkshire's first team coach, and with a gentleman called Chris Bryce, who is well known in the Bradford Leagues for picking up wickets with his left arm spin. So we go down to Headingley and train there, and they've got various people working with them who've played first class cricket and outstanding coaches as well. And it's a great opportunity if a child or young player, female or male, is training well there, that they're what they would call the home of cricket up here at Headingley, you're training. So we have great links to there. I mean, anyone can type in on Google Yorkshire and Scarborough College, and we're on their website as well, which is great to see. But we're here to produce cricketers, hopefully for Yorkshire. Who knows, some may play for Durham, even Lancashire. They'll forgive me for that. Because we've got a boy joining us from Lancashire this year who will be working with Lancashire to make sure his development continues at the great rate of pace that he is. who knows, he may sign up to Vitae Sports in the future.
Hopefully.
And yeah, the links to Yorkshire. We've got a number of our youngsters play in the Yorkshire setup, whether that be for North Yorkshire or Yorkshire coming through. We've had boys and play who've been captains of Yorkshire from the college in the past, and those who have gone on to represent the academy in the famous local Premier League cricket here, which is tough. I look forward to playing that as they greet me as a Lancastrian. And we'll also be training. Our pre-season camps will be linked to the Route Academy, so we'll be going off to Spain with our golfers and our cricketers. Warm weather in times where it's raining or snowing even in Yorkshire, and making sure that the boys and girls can train ready for the season. And that is it. I mean, for over the last few years, or ever since I've been a teacher, I've had the pleasure of working with people who've gone on to play international cricket or first class cricket who've come over to England. We've got some outstanding boys arriving for September. Some of these have come through yourselves as well, who have an ambition of playing for England or playing for Yorkshire. And this is what we want to facilitate, and that's why we're so keen to be working so closely with Yorkshire, which is, you know, there is a saying, as a strong Yorkshire is a strong English side, and the traditions. Yorkshire loves Scarborough as well. You only have to be in the dressing room and see the 800s Jeff Boycott scored at Scarborough Cricket Club in first class fixtures, or to the recent overseas player Maharaju, who's on the honours board because he took more than a fifer last year. So these, working with Yorkshire is quite simple. I want to produce pupils who have good academics to fall back on if it doesn't quite work out, but also to get them players who will be the type of people and type of cricketers that they want to sign and work with. That's important to me. But also producing cricketers who go into the local clubs, may play third 11, may be the captain of that club, maybe the physio, maybe the youth coach. And that's what we've also got here. I mean, amongst the staff, we've got the third 11 captain of Scarborough, we've got the first 11 captain. So that is, I suppose, what appeals to Yorkshire, and also that we've been very keen to push girls cricket and have the cricket festival here, that they will stay in the boarding houses, pupils from around the country. So we're hoping that next year, for example, Lancashire, Durham, all these counties will come and play Yorkshire at Scarborough College, stay here, compete in the festivals, and then some of these pupils will go on and represent their counties and hopefully even their country. So a long answer, Darren, but great links with Yorkshire, of course, and long may it continue.
Great.
Also, in terms of Vitae Sports, I mean, very important to me. I mean, one of the reasons we're working with Vitae Sports, obviously I've met Darren many years ago as a very good cricketer, but also as a great person who, Darren won't mind me saying this, he's a little bit older than me. And I remember him giving me advice how to bowl, because I couldn't get him out one Saturday actually. But for me, it was working with one of the pupils who I taught, who's entered the first class game, Toby Lester, who he represents, and how well Toby speaks about Vitae Sports. But also knowing that you're working with, I mean, you look at the next test series with Pakistan, you've got 10 of the Pakistan squad and staff working with you, but also the aspiring England players, James Bracey, Pat Brown, the next generation of people. I mean, James Bracey looks a super player. And I look at youngsters now, the pressures are far different. When I was 18, 19, and you want to get to as high level as possible at cricket, life seemed pretty simple. But now having people represent you, look after you, whether that even mean how to conduct yourself in an interview, how to negotiate with counties, taking the pressure off you, so you can concentrate on your cricket and love your cricket, is one of the reasons why we want to work with Vitae Sports as well. To perform on the pitch, you need off the pitch to be stable and good people surrounding you. And that is one of the great things over the last few months of working with Darren. I want to know that the boys and girls who leave this school are well looked after. We look after them. We care about them. They're part of what we call the Scarborough College family. Now, when they're 24, 25, we want to know that somebody else is looking after them. hence the links we got, because some of these children are coming from the other side of the world. And, you know, as somebody who became a headmaster in the last 18 months, moving, starting a new job, that was nerve-wracking for me as an experienced person. Never mind these young guys who are often on 2-3 year contracts. And also receiving the right words of advice, which county to go to, who should I work with, what would be best for the career. Having somebody who knows people on the inside of the game, and that's obviously what Darren gives, and Vitae Sports, and their links around the world.
Thank you very much for the kind words, guys. You made me blush a bit there. With regard, I mean, you touched on the overseas, which is, you know, again, from our point of view, something we've enjoyed helping you out with. What sort of focus generally in the sort of private school business is there on overseas, recruiting overseas, talented overseas students, and, you know, how does that fit in with Scarborough?
Schools have been doing it for a while in some cases. I had the pleasures of working with some outstanding cricketers, and Karen Powell being one, who we did a recent webinar, and I hope he's back in the West Indies squad soon, and I see he's off to the Caribbean Premier League where he's going to whack a few runs, no doubt. So having children from overseas, I mean, at Scarborough we have well over 20 nationalities at the school. We're an 85% British school, but I love the fact that we have pupils from around the world. And next year we're welcoming boys from Barbados, for example, and, you know, watch out for the space, and a couple of boys arriving here, and we can see the rise of West Indies cricket in the recent series. But what has been so impressive there is the people. Look at Jason Holder; he's a hero for these young guys. And so the people that are coming from overseas, intelligent in the classroom, but also emotionally intelligent, polite, hardworking, dedicated. And I can see that we've got pupils arriving next year from the Caribbean, from South Africa, from India. We had a boy from Denmark who's just left as a Danish international young cricketer. And he's had a great influence on our Yorkshire boys and girls, because of the way they train, the way they conduct themselves, how they work both inside and outside the classroom, and how they are as people. The type of youngsters that when they're 25, the other people want to share a dressing room with. Because cricket is a unique sport. You can be away for 5-6 days with people. You live with them. You know, you spend all day with them. So this is where it's such a great influence for us, the pupils from overseas. But also, you know, I've played cricket against sides where we've been in South Africa, we've been hammered. We play the same side in England, and we then return the favour. And there's different ways of playing overseas. So I know for overseas pupils, coming over, learning to face a Duke's ball in Scarborough is a little bit different to batting in Johannesburg. So that is one of the joys as well, is teaching these youngsters to have an all-round game. And the proof is in, forgive the expression, in the pudding. We've worked with, or I have over the last few years, that a number of these youngsters have gone on for first-class career due to the outstanding coaches I've worked with and the schools that they've had. So we've hopefully given them just as much as they've given us. But also one of the joys is, I went to a great school, but a school where we're from within an hour of the school. Here, the world is a small place, and you get a chance to come to a school where you can work with children from around the world. And you know that, Darren, when you're in a dressing room, the stories, the memories of sharing a dressing room with people from around the world, you learn so much. You know, so that's exciting too. We even have coaching staff who are from around the world as well. So, I mean, obviously for our Yorkshire friends and family, they consider Lancashire being overseas, but we have staff who are from Zimbabwe, who play cricket for Zimbabwe, for example, joining us for September. So even our coaching staff reflects the pupils at the college. But we're not the only one. There'll be schools from across England who will welcome children from overseas, but I'd like to think we're in a unique cricket mad town, in a great school that has wonderful facilities, but has links to England's biggest county. I mean, more people play cricket in the whole of Yorkshire than in the whole of Australia, so that's pretty unique.
Yeah. I think the beauty is, as you just said, it works both ways. Even the school learns from it. Obviously, the students do very much, and it's not say it's from it's not just about cricket. It's about building character, personality, experience, and as you said, playing in difficult conditions. So I think it can only benefit pretty much anyone who comes over. So, I mean, in summary, really, Guy, I guess we'll finish off with you tell me why should you come to Scarborough School?
Well, I mean, I was just going to add there about there was a great documentary on the Edge last night about the England cricket team. You only have to look at the England cricket team to see there's people from different nationalities and also the coaches. Yeah. I mean, the coaches around the world from all countries have English people, or I mean, in the English setup, we've been blessed with the coaches from around the world that helped improve our spinners, batters, and wicket keepers. But in terms of Scarborough College, I mean, for mums and dads out, first and foremost, we will look after your son and daughter, like they're part of the family. That means both inside and outside the classroom. My mum's always said to me, you get to university, get a good degree, and let's see. And not often the best universities have strong cricket as well. So I was lucky in with regards to the cricket I played at university as well. Scarborough is different, the location. I mean, it's the oldest cricket festival in the world at Scarborough, I believe. This year they were going to have 11 days of first-class cricket. The town breeds cricketers. And that location, having the biggest cricket club in the UK, with the best facilities, the best wicket on its doorstep is quite clear. There's even a league, the Scarborough Beckett League, for the town of Scarborough, which shows what it's like here. And they have one in midweek. In terms of the school, I love the size of the school. We're a small school, 400 to 450 pupils. We're not trying to be the best in the world at every sport. By focusing on sports such as cricket, by having outstanding cricket staff, we have a number of teachers who have played first-class cricket, minor counties cricket, which was my own personal background, who've been pros in league cricket as well. So outstanding coaches, outstanding education, and a link to England's biggest county. I mean, we train at Headingley, we work with Yorkshire Pro Coach, and what more? I mean, by being able to go to the Root Academy and train out there as well, which we're all excited about. But to me, what will make us different are the one-to-ones. And the one-to-ones mean if you need extra work to improve and to get the grades to get into university, that could be one-to-one help in history, or it could be one-to-one help with a university application. Or for the cricketers out there, that could also mean one-to-one work after help with your run-up or the psychology of cricket, what you are eating, the smallest things. And that's what we'll know at Scarborough is you've got a cricket-mad headmaster, but you've got a headmaster that will always make sure the academics come first. And to end on though, facilities, great people, family atmosphere, but also even where the pupils live, the boarding facilities are as good as anywhere in England. The school has invested heavily in that. So we talk about family in a home. When pupils arrive here, they will be part of the family, part of our home, and they'll be happy, meaning that they can go out and score the runs and wickets which are there. But also, you've got to be pushed hard, and it's very simple: work hard, play hard. I've heard of many expressions since, but that seemed to work for me as a pupil, and it works for me as a member of staff. Yeah. So if you've got anybody out there who is interested in coming to a great school for education, filled with great people, but also they want to be an outstanding cricketer or the best they possibly can be, then Scarborough College is the place. I'm the headmaster. It's great. I can help you. I'll teach you how to swing a cricket ball. But actually, more importantly, I've employed people, whether they played international cricket, we've got staff who've done that, or the first team captain at Scarborough Cricket Club. And I should have added this, Darren. I'm sorry to add this, but we also want you playing club cricket. On a Saturday, you come to Scarborough College, yes, our first team will play many games midweek, but on a Saturday, you've got to play the highest level of cricket.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with heroes at Grappenhall Cricket Club where Neil Fairbrother was, and you can't help but watch and learn. You know, when you walk into the local club here, Scarborough, and you see the names on the wall, whether it be Adam Lyde right now to David Byers, or the people who've gone on to play for their country, playing that level of cricket, it's tough. Don't expect a friendly welcome when you walk into the crease. But if you want to go on and play for Yorkshire, for England, or for your country, whether it be the West Indies, you need to play the highest level of cricket. And at the age of 15 or even 40, if you're good enough to go and play local club cricket, we will always put the child first. That means on a Wednesday, if Scarborough College have a cricket game, but Yorkshire turn around and say, we want you in the academy or a second team game, we will do what Yorkshire say. Or, in the case of our Barbados pupils, what the Barbados Cricket Board wants us to do. In the end, when you're interviewed, you'll come across as a nice, genuine, hard-working young man or young lady, somebody I'll be proud of to call a Scarborough College pupil, because when you're playing at the age of 29 for your country or for wherever you are, to me, you'll be representing Scarborough College as a person. And that's why we'll be different. I want to produce great people as well as great cricketers. And I think we're better than in this cricket mad town to do it.
Excellent. Guy, thank you ever so much. I know you're extremely busy, so really appreciate your time. It's been great insight into the college. It's genuinely something we're really proud and excited to be a part of with you. So thank you very much for your time, and we'll hopefully catch up soon.
No, thank you to you as well, and we look forward to a great series in the next few weeks between two great nations as well. And just to say, on behalf of many of us in the country, thank you to the West Indies and to Pakistan for coming over, because you've rescued our summers, and it's a huge financial hit it would have been for us. I'm playing for the MCC this week, which I'm proud of, but seeing the MCC tour Pakistan is a start of us going back to Pakistan playing cricket, but also I look forward to seeing England playing in the Caribbean soon. I'm sure we'll be repaying the favour. And it's great to see the cricket family come together in difficult times for us all. But what better way than to come together than to use sport and to overcome some of the things we're all facing. So thank you to you, Darren, as well. And you're obviously doing a great job as well. I look forward to even seeing some of your guys playing in Pakistan or the Caribbean in the near future too.
Brilliant. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Guy.
Thank you. Take care.